Angels have a wide range of abilities. They also carry different levels of authority and power. We see that quite clearly, particularly in the account of Daniel, where he's praying to God and asking God about the end of the Babylonian captivity in the book of Daniel. We find that his prayers are hindered and not making it to heaven, even though his voice made it to heaven, the answer was held up. And it says that the Prince of Persia, who is a type of angelic being from the second heaven, was withstanding the answer coming back to Daniel. And so in this we find that Michael, the archangel, who was a higher ranking, more powerful angel, was able to come and dispossess the Prince of Persia, move him out of the way so that Daniel's answer could come. So there's an example of the hierarchy working there and the different power of angels. Now, seraphim, which are the highest order of angels that seem to appear in Scripture, they are six-winged creatures. And so we see from the account of Isaiah that they're around the throne. In fact, they're over the throne of God. Sarah would mean fire, so they have to do with sacrifice and the fiery ones. And so they are about the throne, covering the throne with that glory, with that fire, with the essence of offerings and incense. By the way, they're the ones that came and took a coal off the altar, which was in heaven, came and touched the lips of Isaiah to purge him. And so we see the cherubim, who are not necessarily winged, they're more of a created being, but they, at least from Scripture, have two wings that we can tell. When you read Psalms 91, it says, abide under the shadow of the Almighty. That shadow is actually the wing of angels. It's the covering of the angelic beings that are surrounding the throne, guarding the glory of God. And so we never get to see the true light of God, because there's always that gathering around of the angels that cover the throne. So that's the activity of the cherubim. The teraphim would be the lower form of angels, and they are actually the angels that are primarily the ambassadors into the earth. Being the watchers, they are involved with the affairs of men.
There are interesting passages in the Old Testament that talk about each of the nations having a kind of angel, an aide, a leader, a heavenly representative like this.
They operate over certain spheres in the heavens, and so they're in charge of a region or a city or even a nation. Like Michael was a national angel over in Israel.
And so in this heavenly cabinet there are the representatives of the various nations who are supposed to look after the affairs of these various nations in accordance with God's will.
And they're kind of like the head honchos, right? The big guys calling the shots. When they show up on the scene, they make declarations, they make proclamations, and they're kind of like the generals of the angel army.
They are throne angels in the sense that they get direct orders from God, and then they seem to operate through a hierarchy of angels under them to carry out the bidding of God.